Hello again, YouTube. It's another update on the garden. As you can see, we have fencing. Yay! Yeah, we spent a couple of days putting in the fencing. It's just welded wire fencing, 4 feet, and it currently goes almost all the way around, so that we can try to protect all of our vegetables and stuff from the ensuing deer, rabbit, gopher, groundhog, everything else that's coming through here. Also made a quick gate to kind of have some access through here. As you can see, the fence goes all the way around, except for on this back section here. I have some old fencing just leaning up right now. I was gonna put it all the way across from these two 4x4 posts, but my wife has told me that I'll be putting in a gate here, so apparently I'll have to be getting another couple of 4x4 posts and build another gate over here, and then I can put all these across. This particular section will just use this old fencing rather than going out and buying another piece just for 30 to 31 feet or something, whatever the distance is here. This is 5 foot tall. It's a larger opening than the welded fencing, which is only a 2x4 squares. But it should keep out the deer to some extent. I know the deer out here actually will jump over this 5 foot fence like it's nothing if they want to get in here, and they're really springy out here. Just want to do a quick update on some of the veggies. We've got the corn going here, growing up nice. We took the guard off of it because they were going to start to weave in and out through it, and we had to do a little more gardening, or weeding I should say. In this particular section we weeded the rest of the garden, and I'll show you that in a couple seconds here, but we had to weed this area here out. But our 7 corns are growing good. We've got still no raspberries, but we got the plants. Blueberries, fig, it's coming up. These are our potatoes. Purple on the outside, white on the inside potatoes. Doing good. Next 2 rows, purple on the outside, purple on the inside. Purple sweet potatoes. Coming in nice. 4 artichokes plants, growing up nice. Strawberry bed, asparagus, you can see all those. We do have, I don't know if you can see them next to these rocks. In there we have the tomatillo plants growing. They're starting to produce a little bit, get a little bit bigger. Like I said, it's just something new we're trying this year, so we'll see. More potatoes. These are regular white and golden potatoes, and they are coming in really nice. And we actually had to separate some of them and added a few down a little farther so that they'll start growing. Moved a couple of potatoes to this row. These are all of our squashes, coming in nice. Most of these started from seed, not from starter plants, and we're hoping to see them start to flower here within the next couple of weeks as well. And then we know that we'll be getting some fruit. We transplanted a couple other squashes in this row, not really progressing too much. We still have these next 2 rows are empty. This row here has some tomato starter plants that we started from seed, and most of them are coming up, not a problem. Next row here is beets. If you are a beet fan, then we have you covered. We probably have about 25-30 plants of those. These green clumps here, of course, are leeks. They're almost ready to be separated, and we're going to separate the clumps to individual little plants within the next 2 weeks as well, and then they should start to develop over the next year or so. Most of the people that I have been watching on YouTube say that they have like a patch that they put in that they can eat within the first year, but then you want to let it go a complete year and then pick them, or let them go to seed so you can have seeds for the next year. But they'll get even bigger the longer you leave them into the ground. So we're hoping good things on that. Here's all of our yellow onions growing really nice on this side here. And then we've got bell peppers. Bell peppers. Love bell peppers. We've got red bell peppers, followed by yellow bell peppers on this row. This next row is, or last row, is cucumbers, followed by cherry tomatoes, little cherry tomato plants in there, and then followed by our Romo tomatoes, which are, a couple of these are actually flowering now, so that's going to be nice. And then over here we have besides my dog, is a poblano peppers, followed by our jalapeno patches, followed by our dragon cayenne ones, and then I've got a habanero, and then I've got 2 ghost pepper plants. This last one over here behind the last tomato is another poblano. Over here, the last ones on both of these 2 rows are purple bell peppers. This one here is an Anaheim, so we can make some chili rellenos. Everybody loves those. Of course, more onions, 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 onions. We have a lot of onions because we're going to be making a lot of homemade salsa and we can it. These are some more yellow bell peppers, followed by the green bell peppers. Don't know if you is catching it on the camera here, but we did put in some metal poles with some string so that the bell peppers have something to climb. These 2 rows here I put white string. This last row here I have pink string, so it's a little more visible, so hopefully you'd be able to see it. But these things do like to grow and climb, and I didn't want to put them in cages this year. We had problems with that last year, so we're going to try this year. These little plants here are beans, string beans, peas, something like that. I don't know, my wife planted them. I don't pay attention to what she plants, just what I plant, because I leave my signs in them. And then they got more potatoes, more potatoes, more potatoes. And either a squash or a pumpkin on the end here. Then we have one row here that is mostly empty, but then we transplanted a couple of other either squashes or potatoes here. But we just did it yesterday and we had 90-degree temperature, so it's a little wilted right now. We're hoping that they're still going to be able to recover. We don't know for sure, but hopefully. Fingers crossed. Over here, got our garlic, got our skinny green onions. We got plenty of onions, so we don't even water these ones anymore. We're waiting for them to go to seed, and then all we basically do is come out here, cut the tops off of them, and use those for whatever we're eating, and let the bottoms grow. So the bottoms are probably going to be monsters. Over here, we have added a few other things. We've got different squashes and watermelons in these little round holes here. Don't know if you can see them all, but we've got acorn squash, we've got melon, and on the outside between our fig trees, which is fig tree, we've got pumpkins and melons, fig tree, pumpkin, melon, fig tree, and then we've got like 3 melons and pumpkins mixed before our peach tree that's down there. And of course, the rest of the yard. Love the fencing. It went up fairly easy, just regular stretching it out between me and my wife, nailing to the 4x4s posts, and then putting in the metal T-bars about 8 to 9 feet apart, and wiring to the fence. And it seemed to work out really good for us. Makes a nice sturdy fence. Had to make the gate so that we have some access to get in and out. And like I said, I'll be putting in another gate on the end over here because that's where our mulch pit and stuff is at. On this back side, my wife doesn't want to have to walk around, so she told me I get to put in a gate on this side for her. The back gate will be a little bit larger because we're planning on getting a larger wheelbarrow that has 4 wheels on it, so it's a little bit wider, and I may need to have a wider gate for that. I actually will measure the wheelbarrow before I build the fence or the gate so that I make sure it's correct. But that's where we're at today. Just another update. Talk to you later.